ओके, नाउ माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, ये सब तो किया, ये अभी तक हमने जो डिस्कशन किया दैट वाज ऑल फ्रॉम मोस्टली एक्सटर्नल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू कि एक्सपोर्ट मार्केट के लिए चाहिए, कस्टमर ड्यू डिलिजेंस एक्सेट्रा. बट माय फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन इज, does certification has got business benefit? Are there any business benefits for certification? Do you feel that organization has been benefited by taking certification like ISO 22000? I know we are coming almost close to this whole thing, but okay,
Yes,
you
yes,
feel
we
that.
have the
So
benefit.
can you example, can you give एक और दो example दे दीजिए. Thank you, Vigya. Thank you, Chetan. आयुषी, थैंक यू. यस, पीपल बाय सर्टिफाइड प्रोडक्ट्स. नहीं, मेरा क्वेश्चन है आयुषी कि अगर मैं वो जो मैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हूँ, ठीक है, मैं बना रही हूँ पिकल्स बना रही हूँ, ओके, मैंने ISO 22000 लिया है, लेकिन क्या मैंने ये सर्टिफिकेट सिर्फ अ पीस ऑफ पेपर ऑन द वॉल के लिए लिया हुआ है, या मुझे सच में एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इसका कोई बेनिफिट है? I know your answers are, Dr. Vimla, Shailendra, your answers are saying yes, but मुझे एग्जाम्पल दीजिए कहाँ पे मैं डेमोन्स्ट्रेट कर सकती हूँ कि मुझे इससे बिजनेस बेनिफिट मिला है. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट मार्केटिंग बेनिफिट, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट अ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जहाँ पे मेरा कॉस्ट सेविंग हुआ है. क्या मेरा कॉस्ट सेव हो सकता है? क्या हो सकता है मेरे यहाँ पे बिकॉज ऑफ दिस सर्टिफिकेशन?
Hello.
क्या प्लीज?
Yeah, ma'am. Hello.
टेल मी डॉक्टर ध्रुव.
Ma'am, during my PhD program, so I had worked on the three-stage trap surface heat exchanger. That is a machine for making khoa and concentrated milk. Okay. So from by reducing the weight of the blade of the both the stages of the SSHE, so I got 0.6 units of electricity was saved.
Very good.
0.6 units. So I think that if that much unit of electricity is saved, and by taking the original one, so in that electricity saving, we can process more amount of milk, and that more amount of milk processing can give you the profit.
Correct. How this has got relation with, let's say, ISO 22000 certification?
Ma'am,
Yes, it's conveying it is an energy efficient.
No, the certification is in no actually. Personally, by doing it, it has no profit, but it will be beneficial when we will be doing in this. All the conditions are same, and
I mean, I completely agree. I agree with you.
Beta or Viverka, these organization, semi-government organization which are working and.
Dr. Dhruv, I agree with the innovation and I agree with the profit and benefits. Okay.
Okay.
But my question is, अगर ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के पास let's say ISO 9001 सर्टिफिकेशन होता था, तो क्या ये सर्टिफिकेशन and this cost saving, are they related? This is my question. अगर ये 9001 सर्टिफिकेट लेते थे, which is a quality management system, which is a generic one.
Yes, it will be having a business benefit that like you say that food safety is the main and if we get that food safety certification from them, or FSA license number, so the product can be taken up by Amul or dairy giants.
नहीं,
they can take up that.
नहीं, Dr. Dhruv, you are, I mean, I understand the concept and logic, but where you are going to, marketing for that. Dr. Vimla, can you explain? You are very close to the answer. Can you explain what you have, what you want to say?
Madam, I'm Kiran.
Yeah.
Shall I try?
Please.
Madam, if they are having the any certification like this, it is the system is throughout truly analyzed where the critical point of the hurdles. It's everything it is be listed out. If anything future, it's anything problems arises, that easily they can identify the critical points and they can solve that one. That is the benefit to the industry, right?
Perfect.
Just
So
like
it
that.
it is basically, okay, I can't speak because I'm attending while traveling. Okay, Dr. Vimla. But your answer was very close. And Dr. Kiran, you actually touched bang on the topic that because the internal systems are so streamlined that the errors while making that product, while making that blade, or while making that particular thing, it will be so minimized that you get it first right. So the inventory cost, the rework cost, the reprocessing cost, all that thing gets completely minimized. And that is what is the conceptual things in these systems, which what we call it as preventive approach. Preventive approach means we are doing risk-based thinking, for which means that whether it is really essential, is it to be beneficial for me, and to do that benefit, what is it that I have, what are the gaps that I have, which gaps I need to plug in, so that I always get things right and I don't repeat the mistakes, for making the products, whether it is related to manpower, any other resources. That is what it talks about. And when it comes to food industry, it identifies all the risks, whether it is associated with legality, technological, competition, market, culture, social, economical environment, cyber security, food fraud, food defense, and so on and on. So all the risks in that particular thing are evaluated, and the system is set so that it prevents anything going wrong in the organization. That is the main purpose of any system certification. That is the main purpose why certification should support industry. It is not at all a piece of paper on the wall. So for example, I'll give you one example. Like 5-6 साल पहले की बात है. It was a case in Gujarat, and that company, it was a big brand name, and they were doing their pest control activity. अभी ये pest control करते करते उनके यहाँ पे कुछ 5-6 कबूतर मर गए. Okay, now it's a because they, I mean, for whatever reasons, around 6 pigeons were killed. Now this was basically a normal pest control activity with some birds were, getting unfortunately killed. Now, if this was in any other state, it probably would not have been made issue. But this was in Gujarat, which is very sensitive state when it comes to pigeon. And this particular propaganda was made to a level that plant was shut down for 7 days. Now, can you imagine a plant being shut down for 7 days on account of pest control program? Okay, for the reason that 6 pigeons were killed. Now, in this case, it is not a food safety risk. I mean, food safety definitely, I mean, from the pest control point of view, but the reason why this was shut down was because of social and the, cultural reasons. So what this system does is they ask organization to evaluate each and everything. 7 दिन एक सीजन में एक प्लांट बंद रहना मतलब उनका 110 प्रॉफिट गया. As simple as that. Okay, so this is what the systems does, that it evaluates organization to identify क्या challenges है, क्या risk है, risk कहाँ से आ रही है. So from all these points which you are seeing over here, and develop a system to mitigate those risks. That is the main purpose of all this system. So this is just the example of what it comes in. So for example, if I give you, this is a typical example. एक review meeting चल रही है organization में, warehouse manager ने inform किया है, inventory बहुत high है, अभी कोई जगह नहीं है बची है कोई product रखने के लिए. QC manager ने बोला है कि legislation change हो रहे हैं, next 4 महीने में हमें label change करने पड़ेंगे. HR manager ने बोला कि पॉलिटिकल इंटरफेरेंस बहुत बढ़ रहा है, अभी वर्कर यूनियन पक्का होगा एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम. प्लांट मैनेजर ने बोला है कि अभी 2 महीने में समर आ रहा है और हम लोग सीवियर ड्रॉट कंडीशन फेस करेंगे. फैक्ट्री फैसिलिटी मैनेजर ने बोला कि हमारा एक्सेस कंट्रोल सिस्टम की टोटल क्या कहते हैं ना, इट नीड्स इंप्रूवमेंट. मुंबई भाषा में मतलब अगर इफ आई हैव टू यूज मुंबई लैंग्वेज इट वुड से बाट लग गई है. That is how it would be, and then especially from the back gate. And food safety team leader ने कहा है कि all our objectives are lacking behind 10 to 12%. These are typical problems, right? Now, what does this system do? The system prepares organization to be ready to, have the control measures so that these problems don't come in. Or even if they come in, they have systems ready, control measures ready to mitigate these problems. So how does it happen? So organization identify risk. What are the things that they are going to face the challenges? Make a mitigation plan. Based on the mitigation plan, they make the objectives and then evaluate the actions on that particular risk. Where am I on that particular thing? This is the main intention of this management certification. अगर organization ये intention के साथ कोई भी certification implement नहीं कर रहा है, तो trust me, वो बंदर के हाथ का उस तरह है, नाई के हाथ का उस तरह नहीं है. That is where I had made my first comment कि ये टूल है, नाई के हाथ में लगेगा तो प्रॉपरली शेव करेगा, बंदर के हाथ में लगेगा तो डिजास्टर करेगा. सो इफ दिस कंसेप्ट इज अंडरस्टूड, इट इज नाई. इफ दिस इज नॉट अंडरस्टूड, then it's only a piece of paper on the wall. Okay, so these were just some of the, of course these were the changes and other things. These are additional standards on various things and various updates which are happening, and that's where we are. I'm not sure if we have time for group work because we are just 9 minutes behind. So I will skip this activity and come to you for, thank you, and open for any question and answers.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, you discussed about the peanuts, processed foods, pulse products, cinnamon, and confectionery.
Yeah.
That are being exported to the countries because of the exotic pests which can enter into them, or fruit flies.
Okay.
Okay. So what type of phytosanitary treatment are being specified for these products? Phytosanitary treatment, you might be knowing, because these are being might be carried or are carried out by APIDA.
You are right. So there are CTO treatments and many other treatments which are there to reduce down the aflatoxin and orchotoxin and all these. But that's a little bit of food safety, that's food safety part. And if organization decide that this is a kill step, this is a major process. So from a certification point of view, coming back to the topic of today, we evaluate how they have identified what are the control measures. How do they know that this process is getting deviated? When are they taking actions? What is their monitoring system? What is their verification system? This is what we verify when they are doing their food safety system certification.
And I could not get your point regarding that the certification has business benefits. So I would like to say that the problems I had faced, and I solved the problems what I faced during my PhD program with the machine. That is a separate issue. But it Vita Verka or some the semi-government dairies which are there, so we can ask them to install this plant and can get the benefit from that. I just want to convey this thing only.
Correct, you are right, and that is exactly.
I could not get your point regarding implementation of business certification regarding business implementations. So that was something else, and this was something else. But you approved it, so that is a good point for me.
Okay. So okay, let me ask from other participants, and then if required, I will re-explain that.
No, ma'am, it's okay. I have, because it has been certified in my PhD thesis also, profit investment ratio. But that is a separate issue that I have taken out the profit. That is my separate issue.
Correct. So profit and loss is, so that is where we say business impact means अगर आपका rework कम हो रहा है, अगर आपका reprocess कम हो रहा है, तो definitely it's an intangible cost saving, right?
Intangible cost saving, ma'am.
Correct. It's an intangible cost saving, ना? आपका electricity बच रहा है, आपका
yes, ma'am. Yes, okay. Intangible cost saving. Okay.
Anyone with any other questions? We still have 6 minutes to go.
Hello, madam.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
I have one small query, madam.
Yeah.
You told that lead editor one, that was 730 edits they have to complete. It's an editor courses regarding editor courses you have told, no, madam?
Right. Right.
Lead editor, when they will become the lead editor?
Correct. So in the auditing field, lead auditor is the basic starting point for to become an auditor. And now what we I mean, when we say qualification, we say that education, experience, training, and skills. So education is all this, minimum. I mean, we take generally minimum postgraduate, and experience of about minimum 5 years of experience working in the industry. And post that, I mean, these lead auditor courses are the foundation courses before somebody comes into the auditing field. So there are IRCA approved courses, there is BRC's own lead auditor program, and which are typically for 5 days, 40 hours of course. And at the end of the course, there is an assessment. 70% is a pass mark, and post that you get a certificate as, a third party auditor. Once you qualify that, and once you join the auditing field, like, let's say for example, you join FoodGen ID. So we will put you into the auditing, training. So you have to complete first 20 or 2 audits as an observer, then 20 audits, acting as a support member. Then you get an auditor qualification. Then afterwards, another 20 audits to become, lead auditor, and then which are your shadow audits. So after that particular whole process, then you become a lead auditor. And then there are various sub elements in that it has to have one full certification cycle and so on. So this is typically a process to become a lead auditor.
Which means so many organization bodies there are.
Sorry?
Can you hear, madam?
No, your voice is very low.
Hello.
You can, I mean, go on.
Can you hear?
Yeah, now I can hear. Now it's very loud and clear.
Which organization body is its most authenticated certification they are giving?
See, it's, it's like my baby is the best. So I can always say that teacher has got, BRC approved training provider of the year. We have received approved certification body of the year. That's not so. You can look at, basically, I told you, that all these bodies, they give star rating, they give scheme, I mean, the scheme owners, they approve, they audit, and they have their own star rating mechanism. So it's essential to see what is the status, and they also suspend certification bodies. So so for an organization, it is essential to see what is their status with the scheme owners.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and that's one part of it. And secondly, generally from the industry, you can also get feedback. And who makes any organization? It is the people who makes the organization, right? So if somebody says that, okay, why people say that this certification body has got A reputation or B reputation, it's because of the people. So if people has got approach, I mean, typically what we say in our auditor courses is, you are going as a verifier, right? You are not going as a fault finder. So the whole idea of this certification is improvement, not a fault finding. And if the auditors are having that approach, I think that's how certification body gains the benefit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, one question.
Yeah, Nitin.
Regarding the selection of the certifying bodies, how do we, there may be many, who will be certifying for one thing. So should cost be the only basis, or what should be the criteria for selecting a certifying body?
Good question. Actually, I did not include that topic in my presentation. I had done a some time back. So you are right. Ideally, that cost should be the last parameter. I mean, I do understand that that is one of the important parameter. So first start with accredited or unaccredited. That's the first part. Then the star ratings. How are they getting, the star rating? Then look at their market reputation. That how are the people, look at it with from the customer point of view. Many a times customer also dictate that we would like to have certification from ABC certification body. So what is your, is your customer accepting that part? So there would be multiple criteria, and then the cost. I mean, it's also one of the important parameters. And as I said, that the market reputation is based on the attitude of auditors. Is it helping people? Is it helping industry? Or is it becoming like an harassment? So based on that, you have, market reputation. So always peer review helps in selecting a certification body along with customer, approvals.
And, I learned, I mean, there are also some self-declaration GAP, GAP allowed, especially medicinal crops. Are they accepted elsewhere in the world?
No. Any unaccredited certification will not be accepted, honestly speaking.
And also about NPOP regarding organic products. So is NPOP also, considered
Now
in other countries?
the MOU between NPOP and USDA is dissolved now. So everybody is struggling now for getting NOP certification. So there was a time when NPOP and NOP were equivalent. I mean, it was accepted by USDA. It was at equivalence, but suddenly it went off. I mean, for whatever reasons, I don't want to discuss that. But now that NPOP is only for India. With NPOP, if somebody wants to export, they can't, because that they lost that global equivalence.
Also, we need to go for different kinds of certification in case of organic products for European countries and
yeah. Unfortunately,
let's say US.
Problem. Exactly. Unfortunately, that is a problem. But generally, now that one certificate will have most of the requirement. Even within Europe, there is a Swiss BioSwiss, and Switzerland has got a different certification. But that is what I said. Your customer acceptance that with your customer is one of the main requirement. That I'm going for this certification. Are you okay with this? Because we have many companies who approach us for FSSC as well as BRC. We tell them that both are GFSI approved. They say, okay, but my company doesn't approve FSSC. My company doesn't approve ABC, ISO 22000. I need BRC. The customer plays a very vital role.
Yeah. And one more question, ma'am, regarding this fair trade certification. Can you tell us more about it and who are the issuing bodies here in India? Which could be, I mean, this is a new thing, I guess, but demanded by European countries. This is a trend.
Correct.
Which I learned. So which are the certifying bodies, or which is the agency where
so Nitin, you can go on Fairtrade's website and see what are the certification bodies, and do they have office in India? Do they have local auditors in India? And based on that, it can be certified. And Fairtrade is very much commodity specific. So tea will have different, coffee will have different, cocoa will have different. So what is the product, whether that fair trade is accepted in other countries, that particular thing. I mean, it's a very complex thing. Agar main kahun na to, I mean, honestly speaking, Nitin, if I take the whole gamut of certification, with whether it is fair trade, sustainability policy, there are 100 plus certifications. Unfortunately, that is food industry is the one which has got maximum certifications available, but you don't need to go everywhere. I mean, let it be specific, let it be the one which is globally accepted, and then you don't bother. And then it is, and I think it is time for all organizations to stand up together and say that, hey, I have this particular thing, I have SEDEX. When it comes to social, I don't need to go for fair trade, I don't need to, or otherwise I have rainforest, I don't need to go for any other thing. Please accept this. This is time for industry to say that everything, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Endless. Otherwise, this is
Thank you.
endless. Yeah,
And this is, I guess, an optional thing also. Fair trade.
correct.
It may, directly impact the profitability, which is the main intention of company businesses.
Correct.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Sure. So if there are no questions, can I have
One second.
feedback?
On to Chetan.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Everybody has introduced, and I want to take your 2 minutes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So this is Chetan SK, ma'am, and I did my BTech in agricultural engineering. So I am from in agriculture from technical side, as
Okay.
well as my master is in ma'am farm machinery. So food is all about new thing. But though, ma'am, you made this topic very interesting. This 2 hours is just like very informative for me. So hopefully you did very well, ma'am. So I will thank you. So I am a part of organization team, ma'am, here. We are working. I am working as a junior research fellow in the NAHEP, NAHEP CASMB. So from this from management side, we will be very thank you to you for giving such a beautiful lecture, ma'am. You are very great on your form, ma'am. You are working very at a very good position, ma'am. So you give your good time to us. So very thank you, ma'am. And hopefully we will meet again. And thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank you,
the
ma'am, for that. Thank you very much.
thank you. Take care and
Very
stay safe.
interesting. That was
Welcome,
really
ma'am.
interesting.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Please, on
Thank
your
you so
videos.
much, ma'am. It was a very informative session. Although because of the poor weather, I couldn't attend it completely, and so many times I disconnected or couldn't hear you. And thank you so much. I would like to request organizers to please uh, provide us the PPT so that I can at least go through the different standard that I have missed in the session. Thanks again, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Okay,
thank you,
okay.
Diksha, for wonderful coordination. It was very nicely done. And thank you, participants. If anything is successful, I personally believe that it is because of both ways, not just because of the trainer. So thank you for your active participation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was a great session.
Okay.
Thank you. Participant, please on your videos. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.